All right. All right, so Donna, we think we can start. So hi guys. Just a disclaimer: this recording is going to be this session is going to be recorded. Um, I say clear disclaimer: if you have a problem with having your name, your video, whatever it is of yours, being appeared in this recording for any reason, please don't unmute. Neither should you uh, open up your camera because this session is going to be recorded and it's going to be uh, available for public consumption. So if for any reason you don't want your recording or your your voice to be within this, you can refrain from doing anything that can happen. Howbeit, if you are that person who don't want your video, neither your voice to be in this recording, you're free also to use the chat room for conversation, asking questions also. But if you have no problem, I will encourage you to please feel free to open up your camera if you can, to ask when you're asking questions, and also unmute if you can. Also, please don't unmute when the session is going on, so that we don't have noise on your background. Unmute when you have a question to ask or you have a info to give. And you can do that by raising your hand and then you go ahead with it. So we'll have this session, this recording being cool and also this session being more engaging. Also, as a straight disclaimer from Google, please also know that you're supposed to respect everyone's right, whether in person or online. So all of our events are purely in coherent with what Google have provided. So number one is you don't use hate speech against your colleague. So communicate your idea free and fairly and respect everyone's view. With that said, I think we can kickstart our solution challenge. Thank you. All right. So, okay. All right. Yes, as Shaduna said, my name is Julius. I'm a GDSC mentor, but also I'm an ex-GDSC lead from UNILAK and one of the pioneer founders for GDSC UNILAK. So I'm very, very humbled to be here today, and I'm excited to have an info session on Solution Challenge. So Solution Challenge is one of the events that is really, really talked about in the GDSC program, and it's something that you want to be a part of. All right. So as Donald said, who is the lead, that we're just going to provide information about Solution Challenge, how you can participate and stuff like that. So with that said, that brings me to the next slide, which is the agenda for today. So we have welcome remark, and we certainly have already done that. You're all welcome. Feel free to hang around whenever you want to. Also, we're going to have an overview of Solution Challenge. What is Solution Challenge? Now, in Solution Challenge, we are focused on the SDG. So we're going to talk about what is the SDG and then overview of the SDG. Now, because this is a Google Developer Solution Challenge, though you are free to use other Google technologies, but also Google have like thousands of technologies that you can use to develop your products. So we're going to be talking about some of those products from Google that you can use to build your solution and how Google is providing support for you to build a solution towards solution challenge. And then the last thing we talk about is how to get started. How can you participate in the competition? And then we have all of the questions answered. The ones we can't answer, we ask AI. Cool, cool. All right. So also, as I'm going along, if you want to ask a question, I'll be checking up the meeting as often as I can to see if there's any questions. So you can raise your hand, and I will answer your question. So feel free to ask question if you have question in between, right? Cool. But also if you're good with jotting down your questions, you can do that so that we can have a smooth session. And at the end of the session, we have a question answer. That would be great. All right. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is community engagement. So basically, I've talked about this, right? Most of the this is like kind of disclaimer that you gave when you have a session. So make sure you respect everyone's view and stuff like that. So this I've already talked about. Then this is how to ask a question. So then I've already gathered you how to do that. Now let's jump into solution challenge. All right. So basically, this is like a call for all students. So solution challenge is here. It's calling all students to participate. Whether you're a black student, white student, green student, yellow student, I'm just getting slow down. So whether you're a student, wherever you're from, you're free to participate for solution challenge. Uh, the only thing is you have to be a university student. Yes, university student. I'm not sure about the disclaimer. I'm not sure about exception for high school students, but that I can check up with it. But most of the time, it's university students. So, and also, this is basically the state solution challenges here. Anyone can participate. Now we'll see how to participate ahead. Basically, this is the overview of solution challenge, right? So basically, it's what SDG. It's a challenge. It's a competition organized by Google, specifically under the GDSC program, where uh, for those that are new, GDSC means Google Developer Student Club. So it's where students from all around the world make team in their universities, a team of 4 persons, and they work on a particular solution related to the SDGs. Sorry, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And you pick a Google technology, one or two, three, four, or five, any amount of them that you can work with, and you work on the solution that solves a real problem in your environment, and you submit your challenge, your solution to the global competition, and they get some winners, and everything is purely remote. So basically, that's our solution challenge. Now, the real goal is just to have students trying to solve more of this problem within the community to boost your productivity, increase your team working ability, and also to network with other students. But also, most importantly, to solve problems because at the end of the day, we have a lot of problems in our communities. So I think we have more problems to solve than those that have already been solved. So sometimes we tend to worry: is AI going to take away jobs? Is AI going to take away our creativity? No, the real truth is that AI it has opened more problems, create more opportunities than it has caused problems. So there are many problems in our community, especially in Africa, that have not been solved. And I'm not even sure the advancement in technology will be able to complete solving all of the problems the world has, even in the next 20 to 50 years or so. So that means we have a lot of problems that we have to solve. What you have to do is look around your community, see something that annoy you, see something that you have been victim of, see something that irritates you. These are kind of ways that you can spark up problems, and then try to build a team, work on it, and the community is there to support you, and will see you win solution challenge this year. So basically, that's the solution challenge. It's about hacking. Okay, hacking doesn't mean hacking. Yeah, it's about being creative. Cool. All right. So let me talk about SDGs. There's a video here that I can share, and this is really long, but I'm going to share this in the group. But I'm going to so let me just share my entire screen so that I can have that to you. So let me share entire screen. And so, oh, cool. Okay, can you see the can you hear the video recording? Just from a show of hands, so that I'm sure that you can. Can you see it? Guys, can you? Okay, play it once more so I can confirm. Okay, right. Okay, cool. So you can see it, but you can hear it fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to share that in the group. And that is going to go because we don't have a lot of time to go through that. So these two videos about explaining what is SDG and stuff that is going to be shared with you in the group so that you can have access to it. So basically, it's them explaining what is SDG, and as you can see, it's Sustainable Development Goal 17. So in 2015, United Nations adopted this SDG that all nations are working towards. I think there are few nations in the world that are not working towards this. They did not agree to this. I'm not sure about those nations, but yeah, but apart from those exceptions, those nations that refuse to agree to this SDG, since 2015, they've been working towards the SDGs. So everyone, every company, every organization, every government, they are working tirelessly to achieve these 70 sustainable development goals. Now they are assuming that uh, almost all of the problems that we have in the world is categorized among the 17 SDGs. So basically, that's what SDG is. Now with the timeline for solution challenge, it has already kicked off, by the way, right? So the registration has been open from January 1st up to uh, okay, yeah, up to the submission date of opening. So by January 21st, submission open. That means you can start submitting your solution up to February 22nd. So by February 22nd, you can now submit a solution again. After submitting, you wait for a couple of time and then they get back to you. They go through the judging criteria and they get back to you. It happened around March, and then the top 100 persons or groups are announced. You have a team of 4 persons who will be working. So the first 100 team will be announced early April. And then by May, we have the top 100 resubmit. So the first 100 team that will succeed from all of the like in the whole world. The first 100 they will be contacted. Now they will iterate on the solution. So they'll be provided mentorship from Google. Google provide mentors to each of these teams, and those mentors will help them to iterate the solution, make it better, and then they resubmit from April 29th to May 5th. After submitting, now they will do the demo day. So if you check Google Solution Challenge, you'll do a judging, then they move to demo day, where they have like the 10 finalists will have a live screen, and then they'll present their solution, and they'll make the final judgment of the first three, and they'll be given the prizes, which we'll talk about. So basically, this is the timeline. Now, what's the most important thing in this timeline is that we are way beyond schedule. So if you're interested in contributing to Solution Challenge, that means you have to work within from now to February 22nd to have the solution submitted. So that means you have to work as fast as you can. Now, if your solution make it to the first 100, kudos. That means you probably be getting mentorship from Google, and also you iterate on your solution, have it resubmitted, and then wait for demo day. Now, what are eligibility criteria? Who can participate, right? So here is university students, undergraduate and graduates. And also you have to be above the age of majority in the country, right? Uh, and state like based on your jurisdiction. So if a country says uh 18 years and above is adult, also whatever the rule is from your country, that's what you go by. So most countries are around 18. So yeah, you have to be 18 years and above to participate in this competition. And it's open to any GDSC members, including leads and core team members. So I can participate, you can participate, anyone is free to participate. So it's open. It's also open to anyone who is not part of our community. If you're not part of GDSC UNILAK, but you are a university student, you meet all other requirements, it's also possible to participate. So each person can join only one team. So that means I cannot join team X and then I join team Y. It's not possible. You have to join one team. Now, this is the team building rules. So team can be 1 to 4 person, no more than four, right? So if you think that you are very smart and you have all of the skills, you don't need a team, bingo. You can be a 1 person, you can be a solo team. Or you think you have 2 persons you want to work with, fine, but you can't exceed four. Now, at least 1 person on the team must be a GDSC member. So that means that you can have 3 other persons who are not part of GDSC. They are university students, but they're not part of the GDSC. Well, at least have one who is part of our community. So, for example, if James says he wants to participate in this competition, and he decides that he have 3 other persons who's in 3 different schools, and they are really good. He's comfortable working with them, and he wants to compete. Because James is part of our community, he can have 3 other persons joining him from any other country to work on his solution. That is absolutely fine. Team members can also be from different universities. I've already talked about that. Different GDSC chapter, for example, if you know someone from GDSC, ALU, GDSC, AUKA, or other universities, you want to collaborate with them, even a GDSC from Kenya or Nigeria or any country, you want to work with them, that's absolutely fine. And different country, of course, so there's no limitation. So this is eligibility criteria. You can vet it to see if you are eligible to compete in this competition. Now, this is like a kind of timeline checklist, right? So what you have to do quickly, right? If you want to participate and you're not yet part of the community, the first thing you want to do, find a club and join, which I think you've already done. You can join our community. If you haven't, like if you just listening for the first time and you don't have a membership, so literally you don't have to pay for membership, right? Let me make that very clear. You just have to go on our website and then fill up the form and you become part of us as a member. So you can go through that. So if there's anyone here who is not part of the community yet and want to join the community, you're free to join. And even if you have not arrived, you're not in the country, you're also free to join. If you're a high school student, also very okay to join the community, but you will not be able to participate in the competition. That's all. So, and you can join a community from any country, irrespective of the country you are in. Yeah. Also, there's like a checklist for us to go through, right? We literally don't have to go through this a lot. So basically, these are checklists that we use for the community. Now, for submission criteria, so this like the information, the criteria that they go through. So you have project setup, you have the implementation, you get feedback and testing or iteration, success and completion of solution challenge, and then you scale the solution. So the first thing that you want to do last year, what we did, we had something called ideation. Because of timeline this year, we weren't able to do that. However, you can come up with your own idea if you have one. So yeah, you can clearly describe your project, and then this is going to have 5 points. So these are the criteria that people that they use from Google to vet your solution. So your project setup, it takes 10 points, literally 10 points. Two main things: your description, like describing your problem very well, clear, right? And then also which SDG is a part of and the importance of that SDG. So that takes 10 points. Now the next one is implementation. So the architecture that you use, also you have to describe it. So that takes 5 points. And then the products that you use on Google, whether you use Firebase, you use uh, Flutter, or you use GCP, or any kind of product you use, also takes 5 points. Now the next thing you have to show also that you did feedback and iteration. So you work on your solution and then you take it to the product. Let's take, for example, I'm working on a solution for agriculture. Maybe I'm working with local farmers to do what? Okay, cool. Let's say I'm working on with local farmers to I've built a solution that can test their plants and look for uh, pesticides or like illness because crop can get sick. So let's say I've built a mobile application using machine learning that can scan the crop and know if the crop is sick or not and determine the confidence level of that crop. So for this stage, what I have to do is to build that solution, take it to the farm, give it to the local farmers, they use it, get feedback from them, and then iterate on it. So you have to show that in your submission when you're submitting. That takes 5 points. And also you have to do testing. You have to show the code test of the application to show that everything works perfectly fine. So this alone takes 10 points. As you can see, it's very, very important. It's like taking equal weight. Also, structure and completion of solution challenge. This is like you've kind of complete your solution, stuff like that. Then you upload a copy of a demo video. So there's a demo video that you have to do explaining how your solution works. So more of like an elevator pitch where you pitch in your solution. That has to be a video of 2 minutes that you do and then you submit it when you're submitting your solution. Also, the success of that takes 5 points, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that takes 5 points. And then scalability. Now, scalability is very, very important. I don't know, let me see. I don't know the skill set of everyone here. I'm saying Q&A. They will be online. Yes, they will be online. So about the age, I'm 16 to 17, so I'm still eligible. I'm sorry, you're not. Except Wanda, okay, real quick. Shakina or Jamila, or anyone on the call, can you confirm what's the date from the state that says you are an adult or like a youth? Is it from 18 or from 16? Anyone have that information? Jamila, Shakina, is there any other person who want them to provide that information? Do you know? Or
Well, can you repeat what you just asked?
what's the age to be considered as an adult? Like, is it 18 or below 18 or 16, 17? What is it?
Yeah, it's 18. 18 and above.
Oh, okay, cool. So if it's 18, Joseph, I'm sorry you can't. But however you can, right? Indirectly. You can work with a team who's working on something, you provide a solution, you provide a support to that team. They can be a team of four, and you make them five. So you just walk behind the scene. At the end of the day, your idea is still being ejaculated, and then you are making huge points, right? So you can still be a hero and hang around with it, and next day you'll be well prepared to participate. So never mind, it's happening every year, right? I hope that answers your question. And RAM, yes, it's going to be online and live streamed. Okay. All right. So I think I can continue. All right. So also explaining how your solution work. So there's a technical part. There's some people, some engineers are so good with building nice solutions, and then they get stuck with explaining how the solution work. So now you see here, you have to learn how to explain how your solution works. So that's why in our community here, we try to give everyone a chance to speak out. That's why whenever I have the opportunity to have a session, I try as hard as possible to make sure everyone who's going to call at least speak out. And the reason is because trying to doing what you do, what you can do, is easier, right? Because that's what you do. Now, making someone understand what you have built is very important. So this is one of the skills that is missing in most of the engineers, and it's very, very relevant for all engineers because you are building for people. So you want to explain your idea, you have to learn how to explain what you've worked on. So you can be someone like a genius and you work on something amazing, and then you can't explain what you've worked on. So that's why, as you can see here, they have added also, you have to explain your technical architecture of the solution, right? And how is it going to scale? So scalability is like a bit of mobile application to be used by students. Let me say maybe a bit application to be used by students at UNILAK. Let me take an example of what I can think of. Cool. Oh yeah. Let's say I've been building a solution for events at UNILAK so that students can register using our mobile application. They can see our mobile app and then interact with it. They can register for event. They can see event. They can tweet on events. Just more of like event activity, right? Now, then I'm targeting all of the students of UNILAK as so me, right? Now, scalability means if you decide to take your solution from UNILAK and add another university, maybe let's say African Leadership University going to start using that platform. Now it's more of like times two of the users that are using it. How is the solution going to react? So that's scalability. So it's very, very important also. But never mind, this thing shouldn't fear you. If you have a very nice idea, that's why we say teamwork. You're going to have someone who is good at the solution, someone who's good at the technical part, and most importantly, the community is going to be there to provide support for you. So we can be able to vet the solution and see how scalable it is, and also we can provide support in helping to make a solution more scalable and going through all of this you're supposed to go through. Because when you win, the community wins. Yeah, this is like okay, then the next version criteria is the impact, right? At the end of the day, what's the impact that you're making? Your problem statement, the goals, the target, the feedback, and the solution address. Which problem is it addressing? So you have to see how relevant it is. I think one of the problem you could look around here and see what problem that's here in your country, and then you want to solve it. So you have to prove that what you are currently work on is relevant. So it has more impact. So this is it. Also, the last part is technology, more of like architecture and stuff like the same thing we talk about. So these are judging criteria. They are very important for you to know it so that when you're submitting your solution, you know where to put more emphasis on. This information more of like can be shared with you once you're interested in taking part in this competition. Now, just one more thing before I go to the prizes. I talked about the teams in building a team. So if you're going to build a team and then you don't have a team yet, it's also okay. Reach out to the organizers. They are on this call. If you're not part of the group chat, please ask Donna, ask Markerson, ask Jamila. Let me see who I have on this call. Have Jamila, ask Shekina. Any of them, they'll help you to join the community. If you have any question, you feel free to ask them. But further, the reason I'm referring you to them so that if you're interested in participating in this competition and you don't know where to start from, you only have an idea or you don't have an idea but you have a skill, whichever category you are in, you can reach out to them and see how it goes. They will help you to find a team, help you to scale your solution and whatever it may be. So feel free to reach out to them and let them know how you want to participate. Great. All right. So this is the prizes, the cool thing you want to know about. Now we'll start from the smallest, right? So the top 100 people that will receive that will be selected. So that means when you get to the first 100, remember from the timeline we gave, you're gonna get mentorship from Google, and then you iterate your solution, and you have it submitted around April. So once you hit this stage, that means you are a winner already, right? So you receive some customer mentorship, as you can see, from expert on Google, right? And also you receive a branded T-shirt and a certificate. So once you made it here, that means you get a certificate that you made it to the first 100, which is really cool for you. And you get a branded T-shirt from Google. They'll send it to you. Google is very good with sending you swags. Very, very good with it. You don't want to miss out on it. And also, you're gonna expect from one of Google's. So Googlers are people who are working directly with Google. So that's the closest thing you want to be to such a huge company, right? Almost everyone's dream. So try to make it in the first 100 group, and you're good to go. Now from this 100, they will take the first 10 finalists. Now these 10 finalists will participate in the live demo day that will happen, right? That will be live streamed. They all receive everything here that these people receive, plus additional mentorship. So because they'll be iterating the solution again, they'll get additional mentorship. But then they're going to receive something called a Slack box. So this has like many things inside, which is really cool. And then you're going to get an opportunity to showcase the solution to the Googlers and developers all around the world at Demo Day live on YouTube. So Demo Day is one of the coolest and fun events to watch. And I think the last 2 years I've been observing it, though I don't watch all of them, but it's really, really fun. So you want to make it there. And then right there, they're going to have the finalists. So in addition to SWAT, all of the finalists, they are going to get the SWAT box, and then each individual from the additional seven webinars teams will receive a cash prize. So they're going to receive a cash prize of 4,000. So let me be sure. I think this is for each person, winning for each qualified team will not exceed 4,000. Yeah. So that means each team is going to receive like 4,000. That means if you have a team of 4 persons, you've got 1,000 each. If you have a team of three, you divide that by three. If you have a team of two, you got 2,000 each. Or you have like a 1.5, which is a team of three or so. So basically, if you win, if you are one person, you've got your 4,000. No cheating. So yeah, just to say the finalists get 4,000. Now the three winning team they get 12,000. That's like 3 times 4 is 12. So that means like three K per person, right? And if Google said they are giving you this money, they really are giving you this money. Yeah. So you tend to get all of these. So these are, and also interestingly, you will get feature in their developer blog, right? And then you've got a 6 month support in startups for sustainable development program. So that means they're hoping that your solution that you built, you can take it to the market. So they provide 6 months support for you at a startup for sustainable development program, and there you'll be provided all the support you need to secure the solution, take it to the market. So this is the place you want to be. Uh, just before I climax on this one, is there any question? Let me just check up if there is no question. Then we can continue. I know I'm speaking really, really fast, but I have to meet up with someone.
Okay, let me just get some things clear before you proceed, please.
Okay, please.
The chat room that Julius mentioned is not an international chat for all GDSC members, or rather, it's a chat for GDSC UNILAK, and that is where we will be posting all relevant information concerning solution challenge and every other event, or if you have like any problems that you will have in the process of registering for the event or anything like that, we will be able to help you through that chat room. I just sent a link to the chat here on this call. I just sent a link there. You can fill out that form and you let us know how we can help you. You can put it in on that form. You can put your name, your email address, your WhatsApp number, or you click the link of that WhatsApp number and let us know like maybe what kind of skills you have, if you have a solution that you are working on, if you have team members that you need to help, if you have team members to help you work on a solution already, or you need team members, or you have skills but you don't have like any kind of solution to work on, this if you fill out that form, we will be able to know how to help you. So I just sent the form there. I'm about to pin it, so you go there and fill out the form, and then we can we can be able to help you and send the necessary information to you through the chat room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adona. for that clarity. So I think this question was asked by Ram. So Ram, you're also free to join the WhatsApp group for the community. Though you are in Kenya and you are in high school, it's absolutely fine to join and participate. We have some members who are not in Rwanda and are part of it. Just confirm that you can hear me, please. Just can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Julius.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
great.
hearing.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. All right, cool. Good to go. All right. So let's go to the next one. So I've talked about the UNSDG, right? But what are some of the UNSDG Google product areas and how to get started? So this is more of like how to get started, right? So we've talked about the SDGs. I'm not going to go back to that. But these are principles, right? The three principles of SDG. Now, human right-based approach, leave no one behind, and gender equality and women's empowerment. So these are three main principles, right? So make sure you don't violate any of these principles when you're working on your solution. Now, these are the SDG targets, right, that we have. Now, the detail is in the link that we can share with you that I was trying to play also. But spend some time hanging around the SDG and knowing how it is and see. Most of the time, I can advise that I think the best way to get yourself out of the box so that you think more creatively if you want to come up with a solution. Don't think about which SDG is part of. Look for a real problem within your community. That's what we most of the time teach in design thinking sessions. So you look for a problem in your community, or look for a personal experience that you've had, how you've been a victim of something or something close to you, and see a problem. Or look the way to look for problem. Things I always tell people that anything that annoy you always, it means you have a solution. Anything that annoys you, like anything you, because it makes no sense for you to be mad at it. So if you're being mad at it, you're being irritated by it, like you can't just stand it that it's not working well the way it should be. That means you know how it should be worked out well. Others are seeing it, they think it's normal, but for you, you see as a problem, that means it's a problem that you are seeing, and it's you that have the solution to it. So these are ways I think you can look for solution. So don't look at the SDG target first, look for the problem, and then you will find a way to solve the problem. And now you see how that solution fits in the SDG. Now, interestingly, most of the time, you always have all of the problem that you find, the solution you can move around the SDGs. So you just have to figure, okay, it's in SDG number one, number two, three. Sometimes it can be more than you can find a solution, your problem you're working on in more than one SDGs, right? So yeah, these are the targets. Now, this is like a risk and harm, right? So irrelevant, lack of content. I really want to go deep into this, right? But do not have concept. This is basically working on solution for good. So you don't want to work on a solution that is kind of not so good, right? So they are giving example of some solutions. This is from Ethiopia. I don't want to open up this right now, so we can share the link. Now, these are like winning team from last year. Now, so these are the three winners. We're going to talk about the three teams last year. So for them, they call themselves Buzz Buster. So this is what they work on. And these are the solutions that they use. These are the products they use. They use Vertex AI, they use TensorFlow, they use Firebase, they use Flutter, they use Google Cloud Storage, and they use Google Maps, and also Google Colab. So Google Colab is like a environment where you use for coding, machine learning stuff. So, and as you can see for them, they worked on their solution cover four different SDGs. Number three, which is good health and well-being. Number nine, industrial innovation and infrastructure. 11, sustainable cities and communities. And 17, partnerships for the goals. So as you can see, these are solutions that won the first three place last year. That means these four processes that we're seeing here got their 12K last year, and they got a 12 months support from Google for that startup sustainable program. And another solution is from I think these guys are from Indonesia, and they cover two main areas. So like quality education and reduce inequalities. So four guys they worked on that, and they also use Google. They use Cloud, Firebase, and they use Flutter. They use Google Text to Speech API,
Yeah, so the 3D printed digital brilliance reader that helps visual impaired people. So this is something that I just talked about recently again in one session I had. I think uh, as you can see here, right? I think this they are targeting visually impaired people, right? So these are areas that are like they are like niche area. If you focus on some of those kind of solutions, because there are some solutions that are really common, but solutions like this that have inclusion, where you focus on deaf people, or so there are solutions that are really really good. And because of Google's API and their focus. Okay, most of the solution they have, they are focused on accessibility. So they already have tools that you can use to develop nice solution, right? So for example, this text to speech is just like you speak and then you get text from it, and then you devise the opposite around. So that means you can come up with a creative way and use these tools and work on something really amazing. Also, the other team that won, they are from Singapore. Oh, at least they have one female. So also they use Firebase and Flutter. So guys, I think for you that are starting up a journey and stuff like, I see you can see most of the things that are repeating. So these are tools from Google that you really want to learn: Firebase and Flutter and GCP and stuff like that. So they cover two main areas. And also this is a team from Nigeria. So this is the only team from Africa that won from Farmex, and they are in the SSA region, the same region that we're in, which is a real great achievement for the SSA region. I remember last year, Sadiq and others doing one of our meetings, and Awa also, yeah, Awa. So Awa was most of the session he had last year, most of the info sessions, he was really encouraging that we have at least one team from the SSA that's going to make it to the final, which is this guy is just made it from Nigeria. So as you can see, they did it, we can. And they focus on area in climate action and responsible consumption and production, and also zero hunger. Boom. All right. So this is another. Just leave this. Now this is the Startup for Sustainable program that they talk about for SDG. So we're going to share this link. We're going to share this link with you uh, in the chat room. So this is like basically tools that you can use, right? So this is like another session in another session, but I'll just run over this. So these are some tools that you can use. I know most of you may not be familiar with all of these tools, but all of these tools you can use them to work on a project. TensorFlow is for machine learning. This Google Cloud is for infrastructure. Google AI, Firebase is for backend as a service. If you want to build your own backend, PWA is progressive web application, which is really really fast growing also for Android and web Flutter. So these are tools that you can work on. Now, if you don't have skill in all of these tools, that's absolutely fine. You can build a team with someone who has skill, and then you work on something. Also, as a community, we also host events that tailor towards learning these technologies, and most of them will come out very soon. So stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you a lot about TensorFlow and kind of bore you with it, right? Because I'm looking at this code, I'm seeing not everyone is really well fitted with those things, so I'm not going to go deep into them. But just know that they are there. Now, don't be afraid of these technologies. If you want to work on anything related to the SDGs, feel free to reach around, and we can provide support for you on these technologies. As you can see, resources are here, training are here also. So all of this will be shared with you. Firebase, PWA. All right. Now, so this is something I want to share, which is really, really easy to do, right? So this is like a simple architecture that you can use. So ways to combine these tools, right? So one simple way that you can go about doing this is, so one simplest way you can go about doing this is, let's take the first sample application. So you can use this architecture, this is like architecture. Architecture is how all of the components work together to create one simple solution. So this is called the tech stack using TensorFlow and Android, right? So you train your images, you have a mobile application, interact with TensorFlow and TensorFlow Lite, and now you have this stack. So there's one architecture you can use. Also, I don't want to explain the detail and technicality of this architecture before I bore you. But if you want to work on a solution, feel free to come around and I'll provide support for you. So there's the next one you can use also, which is this is called the Google Cloud and the Google AI. So you can use Google Cloud and Google AI to come up with a serious cool solution. Another one is using Firebase, Google Cloud, and progressive web application. That means you want to build a web application, but you don't necessarily need to build your own backend APIs. You're going to leverage Firebase and you leverage Google Cloud for your infrastructure. and everything works seamlessly. Also, the next one is using Firebase, Google Cloud, PWA, and Flutter, bringing mobile app flavor to the architecture. And then the next one is, which is one of the simplest one, is Android, Flutter, and Google Cloud. Simple. And the next one is Flutter, Android, and GCP. And another one you can use is Firebase, GCP, and Flutter. Now, so basically that's it. Now you know that the technical criteria worth 25 points or 50 points. So you want to be sure that you're working on something good. So we have already talked about this. We don't have to go into these details. Now, how to get started, right? So this is like a journey from previous winners. So these are the guys. This is how they schedule their team and stuff like that. Wanna reader, this is what their solution is. We don't want to go into the details. They're from Indonesia. And these other guys also, these are the technology that they use. We don't have to also go into that detail. There's FarmX. This is how they structure that team. Also, we don't have to go into their details. So here you can see one man, right? Also work on something from India. So it's absolutely fine to work on something serious from India as a one person. Is this from India? Yes, India. So now there is something also, if you work with Google Cloud, you need credit. So Google Cloud is not 100% free. You have to pay for every infrastructure that you use on the cloud. Now Google know about that, so they provide you with $50 credit. So that means this can cover your entire solution. You don't have to pay your own money to pay the solution. That's how cool it is. So once you are competing and you're using GCP, reach out to the team who will provide you this credit that you can use for free, 100% free. So if you need the credit also, we can use this to request for you. So basically, yeah, that's it. I think the next slides that are there, I don't have to really go into them. Let me just see if there's anything very important to talk about. All right, cool. That's it. So don't know how am I done with time. All right, I think
Well, you are just in time, actually.
oh, okay. You almost burst my ears. God,
Sorry though.
it's fine. It's my problem. I had it too loud. That's why.
Okay.
All
Um,
right.
Guys, once again, thanks for being here. I know Julia said a lot, and it's a lot to like take in right now. But I shared a link to the chat right now that you can be able to use. And if you have like questions, you have like problems that you are going through with the solution challenge that you are thinking on how we can be able to help you, we can be you can fill out the form there, and then we can know how to help you. Otherwise, for those who are in Unilag, you can reach out to me or any of the other core team members, and we can be able to help you one on one or personally. Very soon, we have like an event coming up, not an event, but few sessions coming up on Flutter, one of the technologies that Julia's mentioned. We have a few sessions coming up on Flutter, and then so that we can learn how to use it, get familiar with it, and we can be able to build solutions. But right now, what I want everyone to leave here with is the idea to go home and think about maybe some problems or some solutions that they want to be able to bring to create change around themselves or in the community, maybe the country or the world at large. So first, let's all go home today with the idea that we want solutions to be able to solve, and then if you don't know what kind of technology to use to solve that problem or to be able to build your solution, you can reach out to us, and then we can be able to advise you on what to do. And we will also for those who will need like the Google Cloud credits or other resources, please reach out to us again, as I said, and then we will provide you with every resources that you will need and every kind of problem that you might be facing. We will be able to work through each and every one with you step by step. I hope that is clear for now. If you have like any other questions, let me try to turn off the recording so that everyone can be able to ask their questions freely, or you drop it in the Q&A session. Because this is the point where we network, we interact, exchange what we learned, and get rid of some of our doubts.